Hey everyone, it's Will, and today we're going to be talking about team members, employees, whether you are a owner or a manager. I don't know if you can see behind me, but I have a lawn care truck. My wife and I, we own two lawn care companies. We have a lot of team members, roughly about 12 to 13, depending on the season. There's a lot of people out there that have this misconception about team members and employees and like whether they want to get team members or not. And I like calling them number one team members because I don't want to treat my team like a number. Although, let's be honest, this is business and we're all replaceable, including myself. So if we're not performing at a level that we need to, anybody can take our job. Whether it's the competitor down the road is going to take our clients, or whether it's a more reliable team member and higher performer that's going to take our seat. I always tell our team, nothing is given, everything is earned. It's really important that each day we show up on time, we perform at our highest level. Just like in the NFL, if you have a running back, I don't know if anybody likes sports, this analogy, I'm going to use the NFL. If you have an NFL player, he's a running back, and his numbers keep continually going down each year, eventually that running back is going to get pulled out and another running back is going to be replaced by him. That's just the reality of it. So we want to just make sure that we're working hard and everything. This video is mainly for the people that are like, I don't know if I want to get employees or not. And I'm just going to share this with you because this is the number one identifier of if it will be successful or not, or if you will be successful or not. What I failed to do, and I'm sharing this, my failures, so hopefully this can help you guys. What I failed to do in the beginning is set clear expectations and boundaries. Fireable offenses, like if you do not perform and do X, Y, and Z, it will lead to you not being here. You need to identify what that is, and it's really hard when you're just starting out because you don't know what that is. Like, you don't know what to fire them for, and you haven't gone through the pain yet. And when the team member calls off twice in the same week and then shows up late and his team's counting on him, it's like, dude, you gotta be there for your team. Or they may be in the same truck with the other individual, and if they're showing up late, now this becomes a problem. You're cutting into the other person's pay. It's really important that when you start to hire team to set clear expectations, fireable offenses of like, hey, if you're not performing, 3-strike rule. After the 3rd strike, you're out, dude. Like, sorry. As much as I love and care about our team, it's important that we establish those clear boundaries. All right, that's number one. Number two, I have found that in the beginning, you will not have great leadership. It's just what it is. I mean, unless you're coming from the corporate world where you've had quite a bit of people underneath you, you might have some experience with team members. Most of us don't have that. You have to learn to be able to have difficult conversations when a team member is not showing up, or have a difficult conversation if somebody is doing something that you don't like. And you're like, hey man, that's not how we trained. We need to do it this way. And it's uncomfortable. It is. Even for me, like today, like I said, we got like 13 employees. I've done hundreds of interviews. It's never fun having to go and like correct somebody, write somebody up, or fire somebody. It's just not. But it's part of the job and it's required for us to get the outcome that we want. And so what I will tell you is if you are just getting started and you are beginning to want to hire employees, it's really important. Number one, set clear expectations. Fireable offenses. If you're not above this line, you're out and we're getting someone else in. Number two, leadership. Really good leadership books. Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. It teaches you that there are so many excuses that could be set. Traffic on the road, got stuck behind somebody who's going slow on the road. But at the end of the day, we cannot control what other people do. We can only control what we do. And so if we go into it with a mindset knowing that everything is in my control, even if somebody like T-bones me and it's not my fault, it is, because I take extreme ownership. And I'll show you the example. I could have left my house 2 minutes earlier, but instead I said, you know what? I'm gonna use the bathroom before I leave the house in the morning. Because I used the bathroom and waited 2 extra minutes, that incident happened because I didn't leave the house sooner. Taking extreme ownership in every situation. Employee doesn't, show up to work on time, or they get a complaint or yellow slip. Like, it's all our fault as a leader, and we need to be able to communicate effectively, take extreme ownership. But that's a really good book I'd highly recommend for somebody that's beginning to sharpen their leadership skills. A little bit of a shorter video today, but if you guys like this type of content, hit that like button. It helps the algorithm. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. See you next time.